Good morning, everybody. It is your friendly executive cat herder, Marissa Friedman, and I am so excited to spotlight yet another incredible member of the Women's Venture Summit team. I am bringing in Ms. Flossie Hall. Hello, how are you?
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. We're hanging in here, right? I mean, we've survived 2020. It's almost 2022. I'm not really sure what's going on, right?
I know, it's just like we skipped. We're like, it started 2020 and now all of a sudden it's 2022. We're like, what happened?
Well, listen, I have been obviously having so much fun interviewing people, from the Women's Venture Summit team and, first time attendees. And so who I really wanted to talk to is the person that's out and about in the community, right? And for those of you guys that don't know Flossie Hall, first of all, you've been living under a rock. But second of all, just to give you, I'm going to spit up your resume in front of everybody, right? 7-figure business as an entrepreneur. You co-founded the military, I want to say it correctly, Association for Military Spouse Entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Have kind of been in this startup ecosystem for more than 10 years as a successful marketer and business owner. And your relationship, right, with the Venture Summit has changed over time too, correct?
Yeah.
So, I kind of is there something you don't do is really what I would, and just to give, I think you've moved across the country in the past couple months, but you're just kind of literally doing it all, right?
Yeah. Well, it's all because of community. Just like you said, I couldn't do any of it without the amazing people around me, which is why I'm here today. And that's why I'm a part of the Women's Venture Summit. And it's because of the people that are part of it, people like you, people like Sylvia and Raven and everybody. They've been a part of my journey from the beginning. So to see the summit where it's at today and see it evolve has just been amazing, because it's never a one-man show, that, or one-woman show. Entrepreneurship takes a village and a community and, a whole tribe of people behind you, supporting you, cheering you on, helping you proofread your emails, do all those great things, and making sure you're doing all the good stuff and supporting you when stuff goes sour too, right?
I think it's like the fun ecosystem of the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I know so much from being in the tech bro entrepreneur world, right? It's like no one makes mistakes, right? Or if we do, there's a resiliency level in that space that men get over and over again. And that's why I'm so passionate about women's entrepreneurship and specifically this conference, right? And in talking to Raven and talking to you and so many other women in the journey, even myself, right? We were introduced to this ecosystem in one specific way. So let's back it up for a second.
Yeah.
How did you first get involved with the community? Because obviously we'll talk about where you're at today, but kind of what was that journey like for you? Because I think for so many people that are trying to find an authentic community or a space, or they have an idea, there's the idea and then there's the execution of the idea. So I'd love to hear that journey of how you got involved.
Yeah. So, I started my first business, about 7 or 8 years ago back in San Diego, and I'm living in New York now. It's my third city since then. But my husband's active duty Navy, and I needed a community, and I found Sylvia and the startup ecosystem that just came in and surrounded me with love, support, advisory, mentorship, anything that I needed, because I wasn't that person that said I didn't fail or I wasn't doing it wrong, because I totally said I was doing it wrong all over the place. And I said I needed help. And I had this ecosystem immediately through this network of incredible women that came in and supported me and said, there's these resources at USD and UCSD, and there's these incubators, and there's these programs, and there's capital, and there's all these great things. And the best part about it is that they were trusted resources. They weren't coming to me because they wanted a piece of what I was doing. They wanted to truly see me succeed in my business. And I said, how do I now pay this forward, right? Because once you get support like that and you become, more and more successful in your entrepreneurial journey, you're supposed to pay it forward. You're supposed to bring other people with you. So I got started just simply by getting to know them, being in their ecosystem. And then, of course, for one of the first Women's Venture Summits, I got asked to speak on a panel about diversity. I advocate a lot for military spouses and veterans, and it's a very underserved ecosystem. So I got to represent my community at the summit, and I was just humbled and honored to be around so many incredible rock stars, also building businesses and doing incredible things. And since then, every year I've just been more and more involved in how can I help? How can I support? How can I keep doing things? And since then, I don't think there's been a business I've been a part of that, Sylvia and Raven they haven't helped or supported or mentored or been on my advisory board for, and vice versa. I'm on the opposite side saying, how can I support you? And how can I support Stella? And how can I support, all the great businesses that you're doing and the businesses you're supporting? Because it is an ecosystem, it's a community, and we have to help each other.
Well, and I think that's a really important differentiator from a lot of different communities that I've seen, where a lot of times we're entering in the community like we need resources, right? I remember I left my corporate job and I literally accidentally ran into Sylvia. I was at like a Starbucks and I just had this like look of stress on my face as I was sitting there with binders and packets, right? Because I had come to like a women's business center and they give you all these flyers and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. And she's like, are you starting a business? And then over the years, right, when we get the opportunity to give back, it's kind of that, my friend June always has this get ahead by giving back, right? Yeah. And I think that to me, service. Sylvia talks a lot about values alignment, and she talks about like, and I feel like
service first. That's what she says, servitude. And she works and walks in servitude, and she lives, eats, and sleeps and breathes servitude. And I love that about her. And as soon as I met her, she was like one of the first like big faces in San Diego that was like represented female entrepreneurship and investment. And she was like a beacon. And I was like, oh, I need to be in her ecosystem. And then she was like, oh my God, you're building a 7-figure business. Like you did, $1 million your first year. She's like, how do I help you? And I was like, I need all the help. Please help me. And she just took my hand, and just from day one, she's never let go.
Well, and I think that's a really, like, for me, I think so many times when we're trying to do this, and one of the reasons that I decided to like jump on live streams and start talking to people was because I feel like our impact has to be more than obviously just San Diego, California. I know she's super well known out here. Yeah. Network is mostly like Texas and Florida, right? You're in New York. So I think for us, our job is to help bring the message out to a greater audience, like across the country that maybe doesn't know Sylvia, right? If you're in San Diego and you don't know Sylvia, you're like living under a rock. Right?
I know, you have to be living under a rock.
You're like, you clearly have never gone outside. But I think this is what's so cool about what we're trying to do, because we're bringing together the female funders, the founders, 150 different investment groups. And I think it's something around, we've raised more than, I believe, 18 million in capital for women. We've helped them raise money. And I think as you kind of transitioned into more of a forward-facing, hey, I'm going to be a supporter, I'm going to be a panel speaker, I'm going to contribute in a different way. I know that you've been working a lot with community partners and getting the message out. So I would love to find out, because I know that we have people watching from different entrepreneurship programs at universities and in different kind of spheres. I'd love to kind of highlight, like, how can someone help contribute to this event? Maybe if they can't come in person, what are some of the ways that you've been partnering with people over the past couple months as we've been getting the word out about the summit?
Yeah, so this year I took on a more official role on the planning team because I wanted to support a lot more. So I'm the official partnerships director. So I've been helping work with different organizations, everyone from Hello Alice to, Ladies Who Launch, to all these great organizations to come in and support us. And if you have an organization and you support female entrepreneurs or women entrepreneurs or entrepreneurship in general, or you're an investment program, or you represent investors, or you just want to come in and support, even if you're not an investor or an entrepreneur, you can reach out to us and you can share the program. You can share the summit. And I have a whole toolkit that I can help you to share tickets. You can talk about the work that we're doing. You can talk about the pitch finalists. We have all these incredible pitch finalists that are going to be pitching at the event for this incredible prize package. They're building incredible companies, from patented life-saving medical technology to some of the best and coolest products that I've seen, to ecosystem-changing products. Like, these women are literally changing the world with their products and their companies. So if you want to come and support us and be one of our community partners, you can reach out to me at community@stellalabs.org. And please be a part of our ecosystem, because we have dozens and dozens of community partners, and sharing is caring, right? So it doesn't cost anything to share. So you can at least share and talk about these incredible entrepreneurs. You can talk about the summit. You can talk about the work that the summit is doing, because it's all about elevating women in entrepreneurship. And the more that we can use our voice together, the stronger that we are. And that's the whole reason behind all of this, is just shining a light, right? Shining a light on everybody.
And I think that's really important because so many times when we're looking at community is seen as this transactional thing. Like, I can't tell you how many conferences are out there, right, where we see it's like, oh, where there's networking. And to me, it just feels like you're playing like cards with your business cards, right? People are just throwing cards out, especially like virtually. One of the things that I thought was really interesting is how quickly the summit moved online last year and this year, right? We're kind of embracing the technology and we understand that we can serve a wider audience when we're doing this. I think it also just matters if you're seeing this and you're like, okay, I want to help. I don't have a gazillion. That's a quantifiable number. I don't have a gazillion dollars to donate this year, maybe next year. You can reach out to Flossie. She's going to give you a breakdown of how you can join as a community partner. And also on the website, there is a beautiful marketing kit, right? There's everything from copy to images. It's all been thought out. It's pretty much like done for you. So if you're
super easy.
Yeah, I found that if we make it easy, people will do it, right?
Exactly.
So for those of you that are watching and you're like, okay, I'm seeing it. I've been watching your live streams. I want to do it. Here's how it works. You go online, you buy a ticket for yourself. You don't want to go or you can't go and the date doesn't work for you, don't worry, buy a ticket for someone else. It's really that simple. And if you can't do any of those things, all we're asking you to do is like comment and share, right? Social media is such a two-way conversation. And I think people forget that. People forget to have conversations. They just kind of go like, come here, go to my event, do this. And I'm like, what? So what? Now what? Right? Like, so what is it? It is the Women's Venture Summit. So what? It's awesome. We're connecting female funders to female founders. And we start the day together, which I think is really important too, Flossie, right? It's like kind of these two groups coming together and then branching off into their own kind of separate little microsystems within the big ecosystem. So Flossie came on. Make sure you check her out. Look up what she's done. She's an incredible woman. She's got tons of accomplishments. I'm going to brag on her for a second. Connect with her on LinkedIn. And of course, if you're seeing this and you go, I want to partner, raise your hand. Email community@stellalabs.org, and we hope to see you on the summit in just a couple weeks. Can you believe that?
It's like it's so fast. I feel like just yesterday we're like, oh, we have 6 months to do this, and now we're like, oh my god, crunch time.
It's less than 15 days. It's coming.
I know. I'm so excited. It's going to be incredible. The speaker lineup is incredible. The entrepreneurs, the everything is just incredible. And the team has worked so hard to make this beautiful. So we'll see you there and come enjoy it. And it's going to be amazing. It just gets bigger and better every single year. And this ecosystem is amazing. And I'm beyond blessed and humbled to be a part of it and support it. So make sure you're there.
Thanks so much for joining me this morning. Have a great day.